Thank you, Mr. Speaker. This is my 28th year as a member of the House of Representatives. And I have witnessed an awful lot of celebrities, distinguished athletes, former governors, Olympic champions. I have never witnessed the excitement of walking through the halls of this Capitol, watching state representatives, state senators, staff, and fans want some piece of this basketball team. This team is a special, special group of young men. And just being around them, you can feel it. Everybody wants a part of this team. I want to thank my colleague, Representative Greg Vitale, who, and as we all know, how dedicated he is on certain issues. The first time he ever got excited regarding an issue other than the environment was the day after Villanova won that championship. And Greg is such a dedicated public servant that he said to me, "Bill, would you please take the lead today? Because I have so many things going through my mind today regarding the environment. I need to get settled first." Greg and I, for over 20 years, have shared the campus in one way or the other, and the many students that have graduated. Greg, you won't believe this, was a football player at one time for Villanova. I try to tell people that here, they don't believe it. He was a fierce football player for St. Joe Prep. Where he went wrong, I don't know. But I had to thank him for allowing me to take the lead. Behind me is Coach Jay Wright. Team members Josh Hart, Darrell Reynolds, and Chris Jenkins. After finishing the regular season with an impressive 35-5 record and winning the Big East Championship, the Wildcats entered the NCAA tournament as a number 2 seed. From there, Villanova beat UNC Asheville, Iowa, Miami, Kansas, Oklahoma, before taking down the University of North Carolina in the championship game. Throughout the tournament, these players played with a grit and an intense willing to help each other that allowed them to win this championship. The Villanova community, the residents of Delaware County, the residents of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania could not be prouder of this team's accomplishments. I think everybody 10, 15, 20 years from now will know exactly where they were when Chris Jenkins hit that shot. What a great moment. I want to individually recognize the players that are here and the staff on this team that are here today. Some of the seniors were not able to be here because they're throughout the nation trying out on various pro camps. Here today with us is Josh Hart, Chris Jenkins, Darrell Reynolds, Mikal Bridges, Jalen Bronson, Tim Delaney, Dante DiVenzio, and Eric Pascal. Fortunately, I didn't have to pronounce Archie's last name. Also with us, obviously, is head coach Jay Wright, Baker Dunleavy, Ashley Howard, Kyle Neptune, George Halkovich, Mike Nardi, Jeff Pierce, Mike Sheridan, Jake Wheaton, and Arlisha Davidson. I would also like to thank some of the Villanova University administration who have joined us in the hall of the House. You'd never hear this from Coach Wright, but I'd like to congratulate Coach on the recent news of being named an assistant coach on the USA Select team that will practice for the USA National Men's Basketball team next month in Vegas as it prepares for the Rio Olympics. And excuse my personal touch, I'd be remiss if I didn't say to a good friend who passed away, who was a member of the 1971 Villanova Wildcats team and went to the Final Four. I've known since I was 13 years old, Mike Daly. I'm so proud to have the opportunity to bring your team to the state capitol. Thank you.
Representative Vitale, the floor is yours, sir.
Well, I also was one of those people who wanted a piece of Villanova. In fact, prior to the North Carolina game that morning, I drafted the co-sponsorship memo honoring them for winning the national championship. That's how confident I was that they were going to win. I actually got a lot of flack from that as I was watching the game at the Great American Pub in Wayne that I had jinxed the team, but I was quite confident they were going to win that game. I think that final game was probably the most thrilling basketball game I had never seen. And I'm proud, and I was watching it with other Villanova alumni. I was undergrad class of 78 and law school class of 81. And I just can't tell you how proud it made all of us to be Villanovans. But it wasn't really the fact that they won the national championship, which was an amazing feat in itself, because these things are won every year by different teams. It was really how they won. It was really the professionalism, and not to use a pun, but the right way. You know, Jay Wright, he gets his kids with such a good attitude. When you read about what they do, it's not about winning a game. It's about being better than you were yesterday. And that's what that program was about, just instilling those values. And you see how when they were playing, the tenacity, the fierceness, the fearlessness, I mean, it really makes us all proud. And it goes beyond just the enjoyment of watching a sporting event, because I saw what happened after 1985 and they won, and that helped enrollment for Villanova and how that made it a better school. Well, this is really making a Villanova a better school in terms of quality of education, quality of professorships, quality of the student body. It's really making us proud. But I think the kids, you guys really need to know the role model you have been to all of us. You are kids who are four-year athletes. You're not one and done. You're four-year athletes. You're scholar athletes. And you really are people, not only basketball players, but others can really emulate as how people should conduct their lives. So you all have a lot to be proud of, and thank you for letting me be part of it. Thank you.
Coach Wright, the floor is yours, sir.
Thank you. It is a true honor for us to be here in this beautiful building today. As a native Pennsylvanian, I'm embarrassed to say this is the first time I've ever been here. And this is a remarkable building with men and women who serve our state, and it's a great experience for our guys to meet all of you and meet great men and women that use their lives to serve their state. We talk to our guys about this all the time. It's about what you do with your life after basketball that's most important. And we are most proud that we have a 100% graduation rate and that these guys all of these guys and our administrators here, and there's a big part of the Villanova family that's here today. We are very honored. But everyone at Villanova takes pride in what these guys do with their lives, and that's what we're most proud of. And their process to be the best men they can be, the best students they can be, and the best players they can be turned into a championship. So that's what we're proud of. We were able to present the chairman with a ball signed from the team, a Final Four ball, earlier in his office, which is very impressive. And we would like to present a Villanova alum, Representative Vitale, with a ball signed by our team, a Final Four basketball. Thank you for having us all today, and thank you what you do for our great state.
Coach Wright, to you and your players, you are such a classy team representing such an outstanding university. And I just want you to all know that all of us felt like we were Villanova graduates on that championship victory night. All of us did. Thank you for coming to see us here today. We are so honored by your presence. To all of these fine young men and their coaches, thank you so much.